joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, no joke. You know what it is.
Hey, son.
Hi, when are you coming home?
Mommy's not coming home.
Why?
Goodbye.
Where are you? Where are you?
Mommy's not coming home.
Why?
Tell Daddy I'm not coming home.
Why?
Goodbye. Bye. What am I supposed to do? Tell this 10-year-old boy I'm getting some new dick or something?
Check. Yeah. Choke, no joke. Know what it is. This go out to the desperate housewives in New York, Atlanta, Texas, California, Miami, Mississippi. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Yeah. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. It was quick how it happened. We was just chatting, had a lot in common. I kept her laugh in the department in which a man was lacking. He was the king of the ship. Somehow I became captain. My swag on platinum, all my gold just smacking. Then phone sex had happened. Things went left. Our common interest in sex, something like Little Kim and Hugh F. We knew if we met, it would be electric. Then the day came and we met. It was beyond my dream. A dream so sweet it made me scream. It was like a dream. Knew why he made a queen. I wanted to find Marty McFly and use that time machine. Run up in the church, create a scene. Object to that wedding and give him my ring like I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Yeah. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. I fell harder than a mother, my number one lover. Yo, under them covers was like no other. Had everything in common. I used to love her until he bugged her. Bitch motherfucker, device in the whip, had to call it quits. Hit us like a brick, we both sick. Now she got dilemma, like Kelly the kids. I'm calm, wish I never met the chick. Missing her seafood and our trips. Sex in the soul house, we did that shit. Sexing on the tent, we risked that shit. We both freaky as fuck, I miss my chick. Well, never mind, there to take him off of mine. Kindred spirits, just the wrong time. Get divorced, you can hit my line. Until I repent, it's next lifetime. Like, I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Yeah. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Choke, no joke. You already know. It's that south side of Eden Wall flow. We out of here. Alright. Let's go out to the ladies. I got one for y'all. First one get the prize. Alright. In my room, pissy or boom, alarm clock banging, big tune stuck. Forgot I laid up with Katina, kick freak shit like Adina, please her, even when she being a teaser, Eldida. Now they call her knock Nita. How I meet her? Oh yeah, Dalila. Had that ass jumping like the fever. Hit it once, real chick won't front. Heard my name in the jungle, went for the hunt. Don't beat around the bush, you scared of thorns. Days you waste, we can get it on. Word bond like James Todd Smith. Doing it in the back of my whip. Who you with like Jigga? Ain't no nigga. Blow your back out like this nigga.
Love is love. Holy crap. It's looking beautiful out here. Water looking a little rough. But I'm here, baby. I'll holler back to y'all in a second. Let me get undressed.
Shanita, I had to eat her at Daddy house where I greet her. She made me shiver, quiver. To this day, a nigga still dig her. A dime after you hit it 5 times. Her by your side, make any nigga shine. Walk with a pack, you know how niggas be acting disrespectful and shit like they tough like 10 acting. Take her to the beach, bathing suit sweet like candy, intoxicating like brandy. My baby, 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 drives me crazy, makes me lazy to the bone. Play my lap at the throne. Next king, believe me, lyrical see me at my windshield with the squeegee. I heard hip hop like the death for easy.
As you can see, we here back in the Hard Rock Cafe. They done turned it up. Look how they doing the dinner tonight. Look at this. It smells so good out here, I'm telling you.
Shanae, make any cat day, okay? No one freak me this way. Had me tied up, my way and lied up. If it was a stick, no way I rise up. Time's up, she said don't move. Suck my lips, said don't fuck up the groove. Blinking crazy, the blindfold move. Smell something sweet across my lips and move. Here, bite this, tell me what it is. And friend, you can get these skins. Strawberries, untie me in a hurry. Dig you out like you Halle Berry. She said,
Hey, you gonna give me what I want?
what's that?
You gonna give me what I need?
I don't know.
I really gotta know.
Let's go, let's go. What's up?
Can you give me what I want?
What's that?
Can you give me what I need?
I don't know.
Cause I really gotta know.
Let's go, let's go.
Hey,
What's up?
can you give me what I want?
What's that?
Can you give me what I need?
I don't know.
Cause I really gotta know.
Let's go, let's go. Yeah. Joke, no joke. Girl, if you really need it, then you really need to go get a job. Learn from mistakes, man. Don't get tricked out that paper. Yeah, it's an Eden Wall project.
You know what it is. Choke, no joke. I'm here, baby. What's good? Live. You know what I mean? You too. You know how we do. Turn this fan off for a second. Who in the building? Shout out to everybody in the building. Joel King, Leland, Paul. All right, Bigger BX, Rasan Green. Kev in the building. Kev V, CC Crippen, Tasha Rain on me in the building. My life story is here. My life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. AC in the building. All right. Do things in the building. Crystal Hope, of course, is here. Lavette is here. All right. Unpopping, of course. You know the routine. You know the drill. Zay Bezos, Tony Piper. You know what I mean? We all in the building tonight. We all in the building tonight. Daisy, what up, Daisy? All right. Choke no joke. Let me hop right into it. Shout out to everybody over here on my TikTok. You know what I mean? You said I keep freezing. That's your reception, baby. Gotta get off that Boost Mobile, baby. Why security didn't stop Pac and Suge during the fight? I don't know. Good question. They should have stopped them, right? Maybe because they was too deep. They probably was scared. You know, security don't be one that really do their job at times. Especially if you're of a company that called Right Way Security. You will die on their watch. I would never hire them. They can protect the biggest artists in the world. Choke no joke. Y'all know what it is. We in the building. Um, so y'all know I got to finish up the Diddy lawsuit for Dawn Richards. We went through it last night. It was kind of pissing me off a little bit, because I felt like in her lawsuit, she stated so many horrendous incidents. I just didn't know why she just stuck around going through so much. I just, like, I know a lot of y'all be like, oh, you can't victim shame. And, some people, they got to wait until they ready to get out of it and stuff. But, like, come on, man. When we kids, our parents teach us right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? At some point, y'all got to keep it real, man. A lot of these people lost their integrity for the sake of fame and money, period. That's it, man. But I want to show y'all how hip hop I am, right? Now, I was thinking about doing the auction because I know there's a lot of people out there like to collect hip hop memorabilia. But, I was going through some of my stuff and I went through my magazine collection. And when I tell you, I probably got one of the best hip hop magazine collections than anybody in the world, right? Our era hip hop, the golden era, 80s, 90s rather, going into the 2000s, right? I was a hip hop junkie. I waited every week for the magazines to drop on the newsstands. That's when we used to buy them from the newsstands. You know what I'm saying? I'll be checking all the newsstands, see which one got dropped them first, right? So I pulled out a couple of classic magazine covers, right? And like I said, I was thinking about doing the auction, because I know y'all going to see this. Some of y'all going to be like, yo, Choke, let me buy that from you. You all remember that issue? Yo, Choke, let me get that. But what I'm going to do is, if that is the case, I'm only giving the artist first rights to bid on these magazines because they legendary album covers now. I mean, magazine covers now. Some of them I took and framed myself, right? And I'm gonna grab two of them off my wall right now to show you. Hold on. No one's getting this one, okay? No one is getting this one. This one, you can see, is already framed. This is Original Source magazine. Tupac after he got out and went to death row. Okay? This one is not for sale. This one also, I'm not getting rid of. Y'all already know this is legendary classic. Okay? These are classics. Okay? This one, these two are on my wall right now. Right? Because that's the mood I'm in. This one is not for sale either. Now, this ain't hip hop, but it's hip hop. But this is when I was in love with Tyra Banks, and she had the cover of Sports Illustrated. I had to frame that one too. How many of y'all remember this? When Tyra Banks had the cover of Sports Illustrated. I wanted that big forehead so bad. Ooh. Now, you can't tell me those ain't classic, legendary covers. And I still got the magazines, even though I took the covers off. But let me just, before I get to the Diddy thing, right? Let me just show y'all some of the classic covers I got. What year is this one? This is 2002, I think. No, 2000. Yeah, 2002, 2003. And remember, LL just got a new album that dropped called Force. That's dropped last week, Friday. Or actually, 9th, right? This is when LL had the cover of the Source. This is actually the full magazine, right? Look at that. LL, you want this, LL? If you don't got this copy, LL, you could get this. This is original, still in mint condition. L. For all y'all that's too young to see the Source magazine, you see Benzino will put himself in his own magazine. Give himself a full spread. Big Daddy Kane in this issue. Master P in this issue. And look, all of these Source magazines at the bottom, I got all of them except for these first two, but all the rest of them, I got all of them. There's so many stories to go through in this magazine. Like all the old stories, the hip hop stories. This 50 promo page before the Grit Richard Died Trying came out. This was his ad right there. As Mike Geronimo over there modeling for Pele Pele. I could do episodes just going through these magazines and Let's see who had 5 mics. I mean, what was the who albums got rated in this one? Look, Graf just finally dropping the album. Look, he in this joint all the way back in 2003. Then you get to see the old artists and you wonder where they at. What happened to Roscoe P. Cold Chain? Y'all remember that name? Or what about Cron Dawn? Look at Buster, y'all, back in the day. Buster, what it is right now. Buster, what it is right now. Shout out to my man Dub C. So, like I said, I got the L magazine collection. LL, you want this? You probably still ain't got this. Benzino and Dave Mays don't have none of these magazines. Because I was telling Benzino about my collection. He wanted to buy it from me and shit. But I was like, nah, I'll keep it. This is when Nelly had the cover. I ain't gonna go through the pages of all of them. I'm just gonna show y'all a couple of covers. How many of y'all know who this is? This is when I went to the Source Awards. This was the program guide for the Source Awards. They made the magazine, the program guide look like the magazine. It's a special collector's limited edition. You couldn't even get this one on the stands. Who know who this is? Trick Daddy had a Source cover. Trick Daddy, if you ain't got this, holla at me. You might want it in your collection. Look at this. This is why he in jail. All in the magazines, all in the videos. Anybody know who this is? Big Meech in the magazine. That was a Blue Da Vinci article. I guess, well, BMF article. Look, this nigga in the goddamn magazine selling drugs. Boy, oh boy. What are you doing, Big Meech? Which one of y'all had that car back then? Which one of y'all was pushing that car back then? Shout out to Fab in the building. Man. These dudes be acting like they hip hop. They ain't more hip hop than me. And then everybody talking about, oh, Jay-Z wouldn't have sold, Rockaware wouldn't have sold if it wasn't for Jay-Z. Rockaware wouldn't have sold if it wasn't for Jay-Z. All the artists was rocking Rockaware, modeling Rockaware. How many of y'all remember this? Anybody know who that is, or I got to tell y'all? Y'all better not laugh at my man neither right here. Y'all better not laugh at my man right here. That was Joel Santana in the last one. Y'all remember when Birdman had the lugs? How many of y'all had the lugs? Because I damn sure did. Rest in peace, Russell Jones. How many of y'all know who that is? Who know who that is? This is when Loon was a pretty boy. Look at Loon. Now he got talking, he Muslim and all that other stuff. Look at him back then, before the jail bid. How many of y'all had that? Lot 29 clothing line. This is when we was rocking that Rockefeller. State Property clothing line. And they told me, I ain't that stuff sold only because of Jay-Z. No, nigga, we was hot. This is our Rockefeller days right here, baby. This is the one where Old Dirty Bastard had the cover. I got him framed up too. All my legends I got framed up. Who remember when Boost Mobile was the thing? Who remember this ad? Woo! This is when I was in love with Ashanti, baby. I'm telling you. Lord, they have mercy. Oh, look at Ashanti back then, baby. Lordy, mercy, mercy. I hate Nelly. Took my woman. This when Dirty. Dirty came to Rockefeller. Dirt McGirt, old dirty bastard. Joe, you got any King magazines? Hell yeah, I got King. Come on, man, don't play with me. I got King, I got Source, I got Double XL, I got Vibe. Now let me go to some South legends that got the cover. Now, who got this? Tell me this ain't classic. Tell me this ain't classic. In mint condition, baby. Bum B, holla at me if you ain't got this. Bum B, if you ain't got this, holla at me, man. I know you want it. This goes to the highest bidder. The original UGK Source cover. Look at Rakim crowd surfing. Another double XL right here, baby. Gucci. And who had the back cover? Kobe. Rest in peace. Here's a classic cover too for Gucci. Another classic cover. Nerd, you can't get with me. I'm a rock star. Come on now. Choke no joke. I got the hip hop history, baby. When people say something, I just go back to the day. What? Let me go back to that article. I'm the encyclopedia of hip hop. You heard me? This right here is going to be back to back legendary covers. Matter of fact, this one I'm going to show you next. I'm going to go with this one first. Pat. This when the Ja Rule was hot. Okay? This was when Ja was on fire. Running the game. Okay? Wait, where's the microphone check? Let me show y'all where they used to do the ratings for the mics. That's what I should have did. Went through each magazine, let y'all see who got. Okay, wait, hold on. Just for my sneakerheads. Just for my sneakerheads. These was the kicks that was coming out back then. Those are the Iversons right there. Y'all remember those? Y'all had any of these? You had any of these? How many of y'all remember Lady May? May, where you at, May? Uh. Lady May was so goddamn sexy. Okay, y'all, here we go. The mics. Here go Nas for his album, God's Son. How many mics did Nas get for God's Son, y'all? Snoop album, Paid the Cost to Be the Boss. Let's see how many mics Snoop got. The most you could get is 5. What do you rate that album to be? Baby album, aka the #1 stunner, Birdman album. How many mics did he get? Somebody said 2. Said they lying. Busta Rhymes, It Ain't Safe No More. How many mics he got for that album? Come on, 45. Y'all tripping. Fat Joe Loyalty album. How many mics did he get? That's all the people they rated for this magazine episode or whatever you call it. It did this issue. Right? So now Ja Rule was hot, killing them. And then guess what the next cover was? You neck. Come on, baby. I got the original 50 joint. Look at that. I got the original mint condition, baby. Mint condition. G-Unit. Remember he did the joint, the Reebok joint with the camel? Wow, look at this, y'all. How crazy is this? A party with Puff in it, right? You got this party right here. Look who's there. Puff's at the party, right? And then look who else is at the party. This was 50 spread. Performance Thug. Do I got Don Diva? Come on, man. Yes. I got the Don Divas. Yeah. So, like I said, y'all. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. This is another classic. Look how mint condition that is. Run DMC. Rest in peace, JMJ. What year was what? This one? 2002, this one. Man, there's so much stuff to go back and read and through all these magazines to remember the memories, remember the stuff that was going on back then. Like, you can't Google none of this stuff, these interviews, and like it'd be hard to find these interviews, certain or just little sections. Now, this next cover, y'all gonna remember too. Another classic cover. Killer, holla at me if you ain't got this, Killer. Look at that. How many of y'all remember that one? It's when Dipset started popping off, baby. Joke, no joke. I got the keys to the hip hop history right here, baby. Let me show you something before BBLs. I got this cover too. Before BBLs, we had the real deals. No, nothing fake about those. And you know why I like this cover when it came? Because they gave you two covers, right? It came with this cover, then they had a cover to cover that cover to make sure that your joint stayed in mint condition. So I'll probably frame this one too. I'm definitely gonna frame that one. So I'll show y'all a few little kings because I got to get to this Dawn stuff. But hold on. Let me show you a few king joints. Before I be selfish and give all the fellas love, can I give some of the ladies love? Come on, baby. Queen B, baby. Queen B, baby. Queen B, baby. Look how cute Kim was. Look at that Queen B. That's just one of the ladies. Hold on. Gotta show the ladies love, baby. EVE. EVE, the blonde bombshell, baby. EVE. EVE. Stop trying to look up her skirt, fellas. EVE. EVE. The blonde bombshell, baby. And my baby. Woo! Broke my heart getting with that nigga from St. Louis. Ah, look at Ashanti. Jeez. She looking wet. Yeah. So since we with the ladies, let me just show y'all a few King magazines just for the since it's past hours and some of y'all might go get the lotion. Okay. Since you asked, let me put my keep this up. My baby again, Ashanti. Looking like Beyonce right here. Y'all asked for the king. Hold on. Brandy got a king cover. See how I keep my magazines? Y'all ready for this one? Don't you wish your girl was hot like me? Don't you wish your girl was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you? Woo! Don't you wish your girl was hot like me? Don't you wish your girl was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you? Queen B, baby, baby. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna have to take this magazine to the bedroom tonight, baby. Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones. Yes, indeed. Lord have mercy. Kimberly Jones, boy. Woo. Kimberly Jones. This is the original Kimberly Jones right there, baby. Jesus Christ, Kimberly Jones, Kimberly Jones, Kimberly Jones, Kimberly Jones. Lordy mercy, Kimberly Jones. Kim used to be the baddest in the world, boy. Look at Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones. Do y'all remember that Kimberly Jones? Do you? Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones. Me. Kimberly. Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones. We got a thing going on. Black Barbie dressed in because, yeah, these magazines got you in trouble, fellas. Okay? But remember, we also had Smooth. Remember Smooth? Look at Tamia. Mama mia, Tamia. Hola, mami, mamia. Tamia. Lord of mercy, Lordy Jesus. Oh, Tamia. Oh, ven aquí, mami. Oh, you know. Look at Tamia, mami. That is a beautiful woman right there, baby. Grant Hill, you lucky dog. Yeah, you lucky dog. I remember Rakim had the Hennessy campaign, right? Shout out to Rakim. The all. A. Marie on Smooth. Y'all remember that? She another one of my crushes. You could tell I got the magazine, right? I wouldn't have bought it if I ain't. Whew. Hey, Marie, baby. Lord have mercy. Fellas, control yourself. You ladies too. Because I know some of you ladies like the ladies. Control yourself. A. Marie in the building. And you see what we got? This is what we got. Y'all got sexy red. This is what we had. Y'all got sexy red right now in Glorilla. This is the Tyra Banks Sports Illustrated edition. The cover I showed y'all earlier. Tyra Banks in her prime, baby. She looking a little Glorilla-ish in the face. They got that Glorilla nose. Gotta give it up for Tyra Banks, baby. That was like the first time a black woman was on Sports Illustrated cover. Or a woman, period, for that, I think, for that matter. That's a sexy bathing suit there, too. Okay, y'all. Fellas, put the lotion away. All right, we gotta get back into this. Just one more. How many of y'all remember Buffy the Body? Buffy the one that made everybody start going and get BBLs trying to have her body. Many of y'all remember Buffy the Body. She a beautiful chocolate woman too, boy. Fellas. Yeah, I remember Buffy the Body, don't you? It's before BBLs, baby. This was a collector's edition because all the pages, for the most part, is Buffy. This one ain't for sale. Matter of fact, this one going over here. This is going to bed with me tonight. But this is the originators. I can't flick through this. You know what it is. These are the originators. For all you young ones, before King and everything, this was it. Okay? This was it. Ooh, baby. It's somebody in this magazine. It was a famous black person in this magazine. That's why I picked it up. That took it off. Damn, I wish I could show y'all this, huh? I can't even show y'all this. Oh my God. How can I show y'all? Let me see. Maybe I could do this. Well, no, I can't do that. But it was Mr. Simba. She was the playmate of the month. But if you could see, how can I do that? Can I do that like this? Or maybe I could do that like this. Let's do that like this. And like this. Wait, I need y'all to see her face. And I like this. It's Playboy, y'all. When I tell you it's nothing's covered in Playboy. That's the difference between these two. This one, you see everything. I gotta wrap it up with this one. Yeah, I loved Ashanti. Ashanti was gonna be my girl. I'm telling you, I was gonna get her. That nigga Nelly was cock blocking. I remember one day that the day I met her, I was getting ready to make my move. That nigga Nelly jumped in the way so goddamn fast. That's how I knew they was together. I finally got my hands on her. Like, hey, come here, baby. Let me talk to you for a second. Here come this nigga. Where's the Ashanti spray? Oh, here she go. Oh my God, look at Ashanti, y'all. Oh, took her 100 years to get pregnant too. I could have got her, man. Look at her. Look at her, bro. That girl always been fine. Oh, but you know I got to end it with the baddest of the baddest. Who's the baddest, y'all? Or say she's the baddest. Boom, doom, doom, doom. doom, 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 doom. You know who that is. It's the baddest trainer. Man, Trina's another one that I probably crushed on her for about 2 seconds. It wasn't long. Where is the trainer? Come on, they want to see the trainer shots. Boom, boom, the baddest. Yeah. We had Trina. Y'all got Sexy Red. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my headset back together. Two more. I got so many. But look, I ain't want to leave out Vibe magazine. We got Vibe magazine, and who y'all think is on the cover of this? Who's this in the back here? Look who's in the front. Look who's on the front. And you know who else graced the Vibe cover dealing with him? How crazy is this? So when they lie and say, oh, I said this, I say that, I could go through my archives and go and pull up different magazines and interviews, and I can always research. So not only am I the legendary videographer, I am also the hip hop historian, documentarian. And when I tell you, I got stuff from the 90s, early 90s, all the way up into now, magazine, newspaper articles, Little Kim go to jail, all that stuff. You'd be surprised, man. I got, like, I could open up my own hip hop museum for people to come through and look at stuff. They can't rock with me. So let's get into, y'all probably like, man, we don't want to hear about no Dawn. We want to see some more Source magazines. Let's get into the Dawn thing and finish up. All right, we was at page 14. Now, for those who just tuning in and didn't get to see part one of this, this is the lawsuit that Dawn Richards, formerly of Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, filed more recently, civil suit against Diddy. You know, claimed to be a victim and not being paid, and you know, allegations of a sexual assault and, you know, a bunch of other stuff. You know, I'm not victim shaming at all. Or I'm not victim shaming at all, but in the first 14 pages that I read in this lawsuit, which is 55 pages, so far, what I got through so far, it seemed like she's giving more witness, more of being a witness to the allegations that happened to Cassie. Because a lot of stuff in this lawsuit are things that happened to Cassie. Now, whether she was there for all this stuff or not, to me, is not the issue. If she was there for all this stuff, I just don't understand how she stomached all this stuff for so long and did not go to the police. And if she wasn't going to go to the police, why did she continue to stay around Diddy and work with Diddy? Now, I know the answer to that. Fame and money. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, everybody's going to stop giving all these people that was around Diddy a pass because they start claiming victim. You know what I'm saying? She could have filed this lawsuit. This is a lawsuit she's filing 15 years later, right? She could have filed this lawsuit 15 years ago, but she said Cassie gave her the encouragement to come forth and file this lawsuit. So if Cassie would have never filed this lawsuit and got some money, she probably would have never filed the lawsuit. And like I said, I'm not victim shaming her or anybody else, but I just don't understand the people that you smack them, bah, and they just stand there. You smack them again, bah, and they just stand there. Smack them again, bah, and they just stand there. They don't fight back. They don't duck. They don't flinch. They don't cover up. They don't run. They don't cough out. They just keep getting slapped, keep getting slapped, keep getting slapped, keep getting slapped. And then 15 years later, be like, yo, I got slapped. And didn't take no action at the time that it took place. And that's how I feel about, you know, this lawsuit here. It's so many, excuse me, there's so many different allegations, so many different incidents that she witnessed or she's saying she witnessed and never took action as far as trying to get legal help. And that's the only thing I got a problem with. But let me get into maybe, you know, we'll start seeing stuff that happened to her now outside of him, you know, coming, having a meeting in his drawers. That was one thing. Mr. Combs openly insulted Miss Ventura, which is Cassie, y'all, in front of Miss Richard, which is Dawn Richards, and other witnesses on multiple occasions. You see what I'm saying? He assaulted her on multiple occasions. Well, how many occasions do he have to assault her before you take action and try to give her some help? But then again, it falls on Cassie too. Why are you still sticking around this dude if he done beat on you multiple times? Like, are y'all really this scared of this dude? Or is the money really that good in the fame? Because everybody's sitting around watching her get beat and she's sitting there getting beat. And nigga Diddy don't look that scary to me. I'm sorry. Yeah. On one occasion in or around the fall of 2009, Diddy Dirty Money was in New York preparing to perform at a festival. Inside their vehicle, Mr. Combs grabbed Miss Ventura's neck, pulled her out of the van onto the grass and pinned her head down, choking her while yelling, "You're going to get fucked up today." This incident took place in the backstage area just outside the festival and was entirely visible to passerbys. In another instance, in or around early 2010, Mr. Combs punched Miss Ventura in the face in the bathroom of a party in Los Angeles. Frequently, when Miss Ventura attempted to voice an opinion or stand up to Mr. Combs, he would strike her or wrap his hands around her throat and choke her. And you didn't jump in, you didn't try to hit this nigga with nothing, you just watched this. On the first several occasions that they observed Mr. Combs assault Miss Ventura, Miss Richard and Miss Harper spoke with Miss Ventura to support and encourage Miss Ventura in escaping her abusive relationship with Mr. Combs. Every time Miss Richard and Miss Harper tried to intervene, Mr. Combs learned of the conversation and became irate. Mr. Combs screamed at the women, "Y'all bitches don't get in my relationship. Don't tell my bitch what she needs to be doing. Just make money and shut the fuck up. I end artists. I shelf artists' careers. You could be missing. And you bitches want to die today, among other threats. And you stayed there and worked with this nigga, or you didn't get your boyfriend to punch this nigga in his face. In or around late 2009 or early 2010, Bad Boy Entertainment entered in an agreement with Interscope Geffen A&M Records. Upon information and belief, Bad Boy was paid $50 million in exchange for Bad Boy's future releases being distributed through the Interscope. In so doing, Mr. Combs intended to capitalize on Interscope's significant resources and enhance the promotion and sales of Bad Boy releases, including Diddy Dirty Money's upcoming album. Interscope's records enable Mr. Combs' gender-motivated violence. In the weeks and months leading up to the Bad Boy Interscope deal, Mr. Combs had frequent meetings with the producer and then CEO of Interscope Records, Jimmy Iovine. On one such occasion, Combs hosted a dinner at a West Hollywood, California restaurant, which Miss Richard and Miss Harper were required to attend. Among the guests at the dinner were celebrities like Neo and Usher, as well as Miss Iovine. At the dinner, Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura had an argument. In front of the dinner guests, Mr. Combs hissed at Miss Ventura in a screaming whisper and forcibly punched her in the stomach, causing her to double over in visible pain, crying. Miss Clark escorted Miss Ventura out of the restaurant, and Mr. Combs remained and continued socializing with the dinner guests. At this point, Interscope Records clearly had actual knowledge that Combs was dangerous. That Combs was dangerous around females, and that Combs was willingly to brazenly batter a female in public. They know how to pour this shit on, boy. Even after Mr. Iovine watched Mr. Combs commit a violent assault in front of numerous high-profile witnesses, the Bad Boy Interscope deal took place and remained in effect, providing Mr. Combs with immense financial rewards and enabling him to commit further acts of violence without fear of repercussions. Yo, bro. Watching Mr. Combs openly assault Miss Ventura in front of Mr. Iovine and various celebrities, and observing that other powerful music industry representatives were complicit in Mr. Combs' behavior, amplified Miss Richards' fear that she didn't fucking go nowhere. It amplified her fear way after all the other stuff, and she didn't go nowhere. She didn't go to the police. She didn't call the police, make an anonymous phone call for Cassie. Yeah. Amplified Mrs. Richards' fear that Mr. Combs could one day harm her and that his actions would be accepted and normalized by everyone surrounding around. So why did you stay? If you had those fears, why would you stay? As part of the agreement between Bad Boy and Interscope heavily promoted Diddy Dirty Money Last Train to Paris album. Mr. IV had presented Mr. Combs with a demo of Coming Home for him to produce, a song that would become a multi-platinum hit. Mr. IV was encouraging Mr. Combs to develop a new sound for the album, into which Interscope was investing significant resources. Miss Richard, Miss Harper, and Miss Ventura all provided vocal performances for this project. Released in November 2010, the album Last Train to Paris became Diddy Dirty Money's most commercially successful project, providing vast financial rewards to both Interscope and Mr. Combs. So I need some of that money. Diddy Dirty Money, Mr. Combs subjects Miss Richard to labor trafficking and oppressive working conditions. So y'all telling me Puff punched Cassie in her stomach in front of Jimmy Iovine, Neo, Usher, and the Dirty Money Girls, and none of the five of them did nothing? Neo, Usher just sat there. Jimmy just sat there. Nobody said that. It was just normal for him to just punch this girl in her stomach. And they all just sat there, continue eating. Like Dawn and the other girl, as women, wasn't stunned by that to get the fuck up and go run out there with Cassie to make sure she was all right. Like they had to attend to this meeting. Like that, they meeting superseded to go and see this girl who should have been a friend at this point to see if she's all right. They just sat there. He punches a woman in the stomach. They're working with this abusive man, and they sit there and they continue to work with him. In or around the fall of 2009, Diddy Dirty Money began recording the song Love Comes Down. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs continued to use drugs that caused him to remain awake for prolonged periods of time. When he was awake, he would demand that Miss Richard and Miss Harper record in the studio, where they would spend 3 to 4 consecutive days recording without a break to sleep or eat to sleep or sleep. Mr. Combs required Miss Richard and Miss Harper to remain in his home, continuously denying opportunity to return to their hotel rooms for breaks. So they didn't get to go shower, change their clothes, nothing. Okay. The degree of control Mr. Combs exercised over Miss Richards' daily life and basic needs exacerbated the significant power imbalance and threatening atmosphere that ensured Miss Richards' compliance with his demand. Mr. Combs regularly left the studio and required Miss Richard and Miss Harper to stay and write verses to songs. Occasionally, Miss Richard tried to leave to get something to eat or to go to her hotel. Whenever Miss Richard tried to leave, Mr. Combs would call and demand, "Where the fuck are you? And we have an album to make." Mr. Combs frequently made threats, especially if they asked for food or rest, stating, "You're a bitch. I don't want to see your fucking face. I make niggas go missing, and I make things go away." Each time Miss Richard returned to the studio immediately, believing that Mr. Combs was capable of following through with, "Man, I'm done with this shit, bro. I'm sorry. This is like, I'm not saying none of this or all of this couldn't have happened. But how much abuse do one take? This is like it sounds like the same R. Kelly playbook. Oh, nigga wouldn't let us eat. We was starving. We couldn't go nowhere. We was locked in. You ain't got no brothers or no uncles or no father to come get you. This nigga Puff is not no motherfucking. He ain't even half the size of Suge Knight. And you tell me y'all scared of this nigga? That you can't. Come on, bro. This is you Diddy Dirty Money. You already went through making of the band with this nigga. You don't went through Danny the Kane with this nigga. Now you back with him again, and he not letting you eat. You can't go nowhere. He gonna kill you if you try to go get something. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Like, I hate this because it make me look like I'm trying to defend Diddy, man. And I'm not. I promise you. I don't care who this is. This don't even have to be a famous person. Mr. Combs criticized Miss Richard for being too skinny, yet denied her request for food and demanded that she drink only peanut butter shakes. Mr. Combs had full meals prepared by a chef, ate them in front of Miss Richard and Miss Harper, never offering them food. Man, I supposed to believe that shit, man. He want them to work, right, sing and everything, but he not feeding them, knowing that is going to affect their performance. I want you to work for 3 days, but you're not going to eat. Miss Richard and Miss Harper begged for food and rest breaks. But Mr. Combs refused, making statements such as, "Absolutely not. And this is what it takes to be great." Mr. Combs' response underscored the threat he posed and heightened Miss Richards' concerns for her safety and well-being, and she stayed. You're not gonna tell me that the lawyer allegedly ain't throwing spice on this shit. As Miss Richard continued to work nonstop, transitioning between the studio rehearsals, workouts, and back to the studio, she became severely dehydrated and experienced chronic stomach cramping from being undernourished and excessively thin. On the numerous occasions that she told Mr. Combs that she was not feeling well, he called her lazy and dismissed her health concerns, instilling in her, oh God, instilling in her further apprehensions of communicating her needs. In or around the summer of 2010, Miss Richard experienced abdominal pain, swollen glands, and a fever. She was hospitalized and diagnosed with arthralgia, joint pain due to overuse sprains, tendinitis, and infection, anemia, and a low white blood cell count. Ms. Richard presented Mr. Combs with a medical record specifically that she needed to emphasize eating well, being adequately hydrated, and getting adequate rest. But Mr. Combs ordered her to report to the studio the next day for another multi-day recording session. Mr. Combs' blatant disregard for her health and well-being cemented Miss Richards' fear of his authority and control over her career and her health. And she stayed. And she don't got an uncle to punch this nigga in the mouth. She ain't got an uncle. She ain't got a brother. She ain't got a boyfriend to sock this nigga in the mouth. Yo, you ain't letting my girl eat. Or there's not no phone where she can make an anonymous call and report this nigga. Miss Richard continued to witness Mr. Combs' abuse towards Miss Ventura. She continued to witness the abuse with Cassie. She's getting abused, and she's staying. Miss Richard continued to witness Mr. Combs' abuse towards Miss Ventura. Miss Ventura often wore sunglasses and makeup in an attempt to hide visible injuries. These incidents further solidified Mrs. Richards' fear. How much solidification do she need to understand that she's scared of this nigga to get the F away from him? Further solidified Mrs. Richards' fear of Mr. Combs as they were constant reminders of the physical dangers she potentially could and eventually would face. So you sat around and waited for it? Mr. Combs often exhibited uncontrollable anger during recording sessions, throwing objects like albums, laptops, and food against the wall or at individuals. Mr. Combs frequently flew into frenzies, unpredictable rages. Miss Richard feared making any misstep that could disrupt could direct his anger towards her. However, her fears went beyond her immediate physical safety because she had witnessed Mr. Combs' violent nature, a side of Mr. Combs that the world had not seen. She feared that falling out of Mr. Combs' good graces, or worse, standing up to him or speaking out against him, could result in a serious harm to her. Miss Richard frequently thought about Mr. Combs' threat about making people go missing and feared taking any action that could label her as a target. I guess she ain't scared now, right? Man, despite Mr. Combs' violence, threats, and misogyny, which ain't what the fuck, like, oh my God. Diddy Dirty Money experienced significant sales of records, selling 2 million copies of one single, 500,000 of another in the US, and in Australia, 5 million single copies. Miss Richard unpaid wages and royalties are estimated at 1.2 million. Miss Richard's unpaid touring wages are estimated at 350,000 for touring dates within the United States alone. So you went on tour with this nigga all that time and you ain't get paid and you stayed on the tour. You went on tour knowing this nigga was crazy. Man, you know what? I'm stopping right here at number 7. What page is this? 19, number 7, Ciroc. Diddy Beats non-payment. I guess she's owed money from Ciroc and Diddy Beats. Man, I'm not saying she's not a victim. I'm just saying, for one to encounter so much and witness so much, what outside of money and fame would you stay there for? If you see this man's abusive to women and you scared that he's going to one day beat your ass, why are you staying there waiting for the beating? Why? Hold on, y'all. Joke, no joke. I'm out, man. I'll holler at y'all in the morning. Peace.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Let's go. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke.